I want to hop right in. And, I want to start with you, Tracy. I want to know, in what ways does the blackening lay the stereotype of black people appearing in horror films to rest?
Whew. I would say in a few ways. One, we are the stars of this narrative. Usually, like when I was growing up and watching a lot of horror movies, we were kind of like a side story or like, a token black friend folded within a white narrative. And in this one, I was like, all the black people are stars of this, and we're following their journey, and they're not friends of the stars and we're folding that in there. And I think with some of the stereotypes, we just wanted to make sure, because I think black people have such like keen survival instincts, that we wanted to make sure that they're making choices that feel smart and feel authentic, and that we in my friend group somebody has a gun. And we
wow, that was specific.
Yes, I'm so proud of that fact. But and so that's something that Dewayne and I talked about, because really, if you're doing a horror movie, you don't want them to have weapons and you don't want them to have anything to defend themselves. But we were like, in this group, somebody would be packing, somebody would think of this, somebody would think of that. And we just kept trying to find the holes that normally exist in those movies and play against it, because we wanted it to feel like these characters are behaving like how we expect black people who are used to danger and used to people rolling up on them. So we were like, how are they gonna not get got? And then we, had them make choices that we agreed with, but obviously they still don't work out because it's a horror movie. But we just wanted to make sure they felt grounded and smart and authentic.
Absolutely, and I can definitely see that. I was like, oh, I would be doing like all of these things. And for you, Tim, I just wanted to know, in what ways would you say, I'm trying to think of the way to pose this question, because this has like one of the most blackest plot twists of all times. So what kind of went into making that, like, without giving too much away, but like making that like that, when that happened, I was like, oh yeah, this is like Black.
Well, luckily it was all on the page. Tracy and Dewayne gave me this great script, this great blueprint that had a great twist in it. And so as we got through the film, it was just my job to be sure that we had you thinking one thing, as much as I could make sure you thought this one way, so that later on when this twist happens, you didn't see it coming. And so it was kind of easy because they gave me kind of the foundation to make it work. And then I just, looked, and even in talking to the actors, in terms of knowing, since we all knew this secret about what was going to happen, just to be sure that we always camouflage it, and we always, whether it be in the camera angles and whether it be in how I show a certain thing happen that's on the TV, so that you don't actually know if you saw what happened, so forth and so on. So we just look for any way that we could support the narrative of this twist. I hope I'm not,
No, that was
that was
perfect.
me. Oh, that was talking in circles.
No, but that was perfect. And lastly, I just have to know from y'all, what would be in your horror movie survival kit? Just one thing.
After a gun?
What? Yeah, after a gun.
Okay, after a gun. Okay.
Yeah, after a gun.
That is a good question.
I would say a satellite phone.
Yes.
That's funny,
that
because
keeps
Jay
coming
said
up.
the same thing.
Satellite phone, gun, you should be good.
Mm-hmm.
You should be good.
Yeah. Sorry to cheat, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank y'all so much. And I truly love the film. I am so scared of everything, all things horror, but this made it so great. And I can't wait to tell my friends to watch. So thank y'all.
Woohoo! Thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, I'm going to start with you, Mayo. Can you tell me, it looked like you all had a blast while filming this movie. What was your favorite or most memorable scene to shoot, and why?
Shut up. I would say it was most memorable. Once I decided to do it, before I decided to do it, I was like, okay, this gonna be good. This gonna be amazing. Black people could swim. And then I got in it. And it was so cold, Shanique. And it was the lake scene. So yeah, so that was my most memorable scene when I was in the lake actually swimming. And I wanted to do that because I feel like not only black women of my size, but black people in general, like there is a common trope that we don't know how to swim, and I do know how to swim, and I know how to swim very well. And when Dewayne was in my trailer right before I was about to go do it, he was like, you know, I wrote that in the movie, but I forgot somebody gonna have to do it. He was like, I was just writing stuff just to write it. But it was amazing to do that, and I had so much support, and everybody was on the sidelines like cheering me on, and I was able to, as you saw in the movie, kind of like give commentary while Melvin's character King was fighting, and to do that in the water was so fun.
In a poofy dress.
In a poofy dress on my cycle, and I was also, yes, let the world know that, honey, uterus jumping. And so
yeah, you were defined.
Shadow on that.
Oh, Shanique, you was going in and out.
Did I pause?
A little bit.
I know, but you said you were defying all odds. Is that what you said?
I was saying you. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good. Yeah. So
Yes.
that was very memorable, and I love doing it, and I'm so excited because I feel like black girls who do swim, or black people who swim in general, will feel seen and know, and we'll be represented. Yeah. So
you're gonna inspire
I
a lot of black
definitely
kids to swim
felt seen as someone who loves the water, and
Same.
you know, Dewayne, without giving too much away, I want to ask this because the plot twist is like the most blackest like plot twist ever. What led you to make that like the plot twist? Like, was it just something that was stirring in your spirit? What led to that?
I remember when me and Tracy discussed it, we were in a hotel room because MRC was like, hey, we're going to get you this room, like go order food and figure out this movie. And we were just like sitting there and we were like, what is a perfect combination that's like, that really speaks to like black people, but also like speaks to like some real trauma, but not like, but also very silly. And that was like the intersection of all of those things of being like, yeah, I've personally have experienced, without giving too much away, like in that environment doing those same things, I felt like I was judged for not knowing how to do it, but also on the inverse, it's also like, girl, suck it up, like and so that was the comedy of being like, oh, you take this innocuous thing that does speak to a certain experience, and then you blow it up to you make the stakes as high as possible. And that's kind of where the plot twist came from.
I love that. And lastly, for you, Jermaine, if you had to summarize okay, of course this film is about survival, but it's also about friendship as well. Mm-hmm. Which character would you count on to help save you if you were the person who needed help in a horror film?
Wow. Wow. It's a tough question because that's the point of a few of the scenes in the movie where like everyone's friendship is being questioned. When the shit hits the fan, like, you know, who's gonna step up, and nobody does until they all do. I couldn't choose one.
But
I couldn't choose one. Everyone is so uniquely like
here
built
we go.
unique.
Yes, and he just want to give the fucking SAT answer.
I don't know how
wow, Jermaine. And I take that, and I took that personal. He didn't choose me. He didn't choose you.
You know what? I probably would have to choose the person that swims.
Period.
Listen,
you know what?
That sounds like a great answer to me. Well, thank y'all so much. I really enjoyed the film. So great job. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Monique. And I love your Ariel. Period.
Oh, thank you. I did it just for that.
I know you did, sis. I know you did, because it just came out.
Yes, we want to be where the niggas at.
Yes.
You know, to get a group of black friends out of the group chat into the cabin is just too good to be true. But I really enjoyed the film. And so, Grace, I'm actually going to start with you because I have $1 million question. If you were to survive a horror movie, what is the first thing that you're going to do?
Run. Very simple. Okay? I'm finna run. Because what you're not gonna do is make this a mousetrap, okay? I don't do well in corners, okay? I'm a little claustrophobic. I don't like feeling, tied in and locked down, so I'm about to run. I have options if I run.
What you're not gonna do is mousetrap me.
They're right. You're not gonna corner me.
No matter mousetrap that I like any day of the week.
Right.
Honestly, I'm here for that. And for you, Sinqua, how would you say the Blackening defies all the stereotypes of Black people who appear in horror films like never before?
I mean, I think, as the audience will discover, there's some really evident defiance going on when we see the end of the movie. And then also, I think the idea that everyone is represented and what we do in order to make it throughout the movie are things that I think stereotypically you've never seen before, right? And I think the conversation that we're having, what I really love about our story from Tracy's writing and Dewayne's writing is the intellect and the intelligence of what we do to stay alive and also to survive and fight this whole thing. And everyone's, like I said before, you see everyone represented. You see every color of the diaspora, you see every thought process, you see the community that's built. I think when we all get an opportunity to go into university and we go different places, you meet people from different walks of life and they come together. And so everyone is accepted and everyone is received, and I think that's unique overall, and I think our film has it specifically.
Absolutely, and
great
one
answer.
thing.
Wow.
Great, yeah, I was about to say whoa, that was a good answer.
You learn. I never met a mousetrap that I liked any day.
Wow, that was a great answer.
It really leads me to my next question, because not only are you trying to navigate making it out alive, but we see your character, Antoinette, really navigate just life and friendships. And there's a scene where all of your anger comes out, which kind of speaks to that underlying theme of the film being about friendship. In what ways does this depict how tragedy and trauma tend to bring us together in more ways than a little bit?
I feel like within our community, there are a lot of conversations that we don't have. There's a lot of trauma that we don't process, and it's bubbling under the surface. And then there are those moments that happen unexpectedly that we end up kind of losing our cool, and that just makes us human more than anything. But it's nice to see people of color, specifically Black people, in this movie explore the dynamics that we all have, fully fleshed out characters, their relationships, all of these things, but processing their trauma also with comedy in a way that people who have ever watched a show before, we've always been like, no, don't go there, girl, don't do that. It's nice to see how we would actually respond in a situation happen on the screen. That representation is so important, and I'm obsessed with it.
Absolutely, and I was like, maybe this is what will make me like horror movies more, if all of the cast are Black people.
It's the only horror movie I love, so.
It's my favorite already.
Yes, and just lastly, really quickly for all of y'all, what are you packing in your bag just in case you have to survive a horror? What is in your horror movie survival kit? And we can... Mace?
I have all these answers already. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Mace, and here's why. Okay? Mace, because or a gun. Here's why. I need a weapon that's gonna create distance. All right. Anything I have to close in with distance on, there's a chance that you could get that weapon away from you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if it's a bat, it may be problems. Okay. Yeah. If it's some type of hammer or a knife,
you grab them,
it may be problems. Yeah. But if I can create some distance, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do the mace and then run. Do you see where all this kind of ties in?
I see it.
That is a formula for survival.
What you didn't realize is we're also playing charades, because if you run with the mace,
the gun,
easy.
Man.
What about you guys?
Oh man, I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm bringing a gun. Come on,
I would say gun, but I don't know.
You saw when you
Jamaican.
guys see the movie.
Give me a cutlass. I want a machete.
She want a machete.
Give me a machete.
Listen.
Well,
what y'all don't realize,
so
she actually has the machete in her purse right now.
Right. She's like, oh, you mean this?
Right here.
Right.
What happens when there's a problem at Whole Foods? Someone's getting cut.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank y'all so much. That's my time. Thank you, and great job on the film.
Thank you so much.
Blackening as a whole, how does it defy like that typical?
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, how does it defy and break down the stereotypical black people in horror film? It's different black people from every walks of life in this movie. And also, I can't get out of the way either. God dang, I gotta pass. I'm passing.
I think we touch on all of the tropes. You know what I mean? As black characters in a horror movie, and the things that all characters do in a horror movie, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? A lot of times in a horror movies, the black character, he's kind of a trope. He's probably like an athlete or something, and he dies pretty early. He's not really athletic in the movie, or he tries to save, the poor white girl and gets his head cut off. Whatever happens in those movies, that doesn't happen in this movie. We're survivalists, as black people in America have to be, and we find ways to make it out in the end. Hopefully, all of us. But we're using those skills that we developed throughout life to avoid danger rather than running to the mouth of it.
Yeah, I definitely understand that, and I can see it represented in the film. Tell me, what would be in your survival kit, like to survive a horror movie? And we can start with you, Jay.
Hey, a government cell phone. That's what you need. One of them joints that you can use at any time. It don't matter if you got the towers. You could just call like
a satellite joint.
A satellite joint.
Yeah.
Obama on the speed dial. That's what I'm saying. We ain't gonna call. You ain't gonna call Trump, but there's Obama on the speed dial. And Biden, he ain't gonna pick up because he's still glitching. You know what I mean? So he'd be glitching trying to figure it out. So one of those, I would say. I would say also a tech. A tech probably will work. Tech too. Put a tech in there.
Tech 9.
Tech 9. Put a Tech 9 in there.
A gun with a lot of ammunition.
Yes.
So there's no running out of bullets.
A Tommy gun. How about that?
An assault rifle of sorts.
Yes.
That's what I have in my kit. A phone, if possible, a satellite phone, which would be great. And a gun. Because I feel like how many... Yeah.
Oh, and
they never have guns.
They never do. And also, Isley Brothers album, because you gotta be level-headed.
Yeah, you gotta mellow out sometimes when you get highly stressed.
Right.
Just to calm you back down. Yeah.
And then if you hit drifting on a memory.
Okay, you gotta set the tone.
Yeah, so I ain't gonna finish that.
Imagine that soundtrack while you just shooting villains.
Oh, that's dope. We should do it.
Then you can remix it like a Jordan Peele. Drifting on a boom, boom, boom.
Hey, that's fire. That's a good idea. Hey, don't take that. That's it.
Y'all got great ideas, and you also did amazing in the film. I really enjoyed it, and I'm not a huge fan of horror, but I'm learning that maybe I just need horror with black people in it.
Yeah.
That might be the recipe for you.
Thank y'all so much for your...
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.